Welcome back to the CBB Talk. It's your boy Will Dickinson here. Took over a week off, but we're back. It's a new year. Um, same stuff going on here at CBB Talk. With Will Dickinson. Hope everyone had a good holidays. Good New Year's Eve. But it's a new year, so we gotta go talk about some college basketball, and we have a lot of big results happen over the weekend. It wasn't the most stacked weekend. That's why I really didn't make an episode because one, it was hard for me to find time, and two, there wasn't anything crazy going on, like a stacked slate. But there were some upsets, some good games that we should talk about here. And with a new AP poll dropping today, and my poll always getting updated, I'll give you what updates I have because there's a couple teams back into the top 10 or into the top 10 for either new first time or back into it again. On Friday, there was one really big result, which was San Diego State upsetting Gonzaga on the road. A big game for San Diego State there. They get a road win, give Gonzaga's first road loss since on double-digit road loss in 10 years at home. Just a great game from San Diego State. Look, I didn't have San Diego State ranked. I moved them into 24th, and I dropped Gonzaga out. It's weird. Gonzaga is not ranked. It's going to be weird. I do not know if they're dropped out of the poll, but they're 9-4 with no good wins. San Diego State gets a good win there, but I have to keep San Diego State behind BYU because they lost to BYU. I think that's fair. They have 2 losses to Grand Canyon and BYU. Walters, 22 in this one. Jalen D, really, really good player, had 20 in this one there. And then Damian Trammell, 17 off the bench, was huge for them. I like the San Diego State team has depth, and I think they're going to be competing in the Mountain West with Colorado State, and then New Mexico's good, and Nevada's good, and Utah State's good. So Mountain West having another good year there as a mid-major conference. And then Gonzaga, this team just lacks guards. Ryan Nembhard's taken a step back from his year last year. He's shooting under 20% from three. He was 0-5 in this one, 15 and 9 assists. Graham Ike had a good game. Anton Watson, pretty good game, but they have to go play 40 minutes a game. Nolan Hickman, 39. So pretty much their guards played 79 out of the 80 minutes possible. And that's just a problem for Gonzaga. They lack depth. And it shows right now. That's been their problem. And right now, they don't look good. And they don't have a great non-conference resume right now. Losses to Washington. Who they lose to? Washington. They still have to go play Kentucky this year, I believe. So they've losses to UConn by 13, San Diego State by 10, Washington by 5, and then Purdue. But their best wins are Syracuse. Their only good win, Syracuse. USC's terrible, and UCLA's bad too. So they don't have a good win. They have one decent win, so they don't have a great non-conference resume, and they're going to be fighting in the West Coast Conference. I think that's going to be a one big lead this year, which is crazy because normally we see at least 2 teams from that league make it, but this year it's looking like a one-bid league, which this is Gonzaga's made Sweet 16s for such a long time. They've been one of the best programs in the nation, so it's just weird to see a team that is usually just a consistent top 10 program not having a good year, and they're not in my poll for the first time I've ever done this, which is just crazy to say, but it's true. This is really the first time they've ever not been in it. On Saturday, a couple interesting results happened. Virginia, I didn't think Virginia was good. They got trounced by Notre Dame, down 17 at half, never had a chance, ended up losing by 22 there. This Virginia team's just young, inexperienced for a Virginia team. Syracuse got a nice home win against Pitt. I think Syracuse is a tournament team. Judah Mintz, JJ Starling. This team is deep, good. Copeland had 22 and 9 in this one. Syracuse, very, very good team. I think they can compete in the ACC for a top 5, top 6 spot. The best game was Marquette Creighton. It was the only like ranked unranked matchup, I believe. And it lived up to the hype. This was a back and forth game. Creighton was up 2 at half. Marquette ends up winning by 5 there. And Marquette proved back to me why they're such a good team is one, they don't lose at home, which is huge. You don't want to be upset. Creighton's now 0-2 in Big East play. Marquette goes to 2-1, which is good. I moved Marquette up to 8th in the nation. I see their potential. Every week I just see their potential, and they prove to me that they can go and be a Final Four contending team. Kulik had 15-8. Cam Jones had 12. Joplin had 10. And we see Sean Jones' first game back. They were missing him for a while. A huge play, had 15 in this one, but he's a great defensive player. He only played 13 minutes in this one, but it was his first game back. They're still probably having him on a minute restriction here with a hamstring injury, but he showed his importance in this one. And it was just a really good win from Marquette to get it. And Creighton, I just don't know if Creighton's a good team. I really did not know if Creighton's a great team. They're 9-4. Best wins Alabama. 23 from Baylor Scheinman, 18 from Trey Alexander, and the rest of the team really doesn't do anything. Kalkbrenner, 8 points, not great there. Stephen Ashworth is still as a fall off from Ryan Nemhard from last year. Yeah, this team just hasn't looked good to start the year. Just a team I'm pretty sure I had preseason ranked in the top 10. Most people did, and right now I don't have them ranked. Not 4 losses on the year. And Marquette has really good wins. Again, one of their losses is to Purdue, Wisconsin, Providence. Those are all teams that are good, and I can consider having ranked. I have Providence and Purdue ranked, and Wisconsin's just out of my ranking. So they have 3 respectable losses here, and that's a good win for Marquette. And right now, the Big East is going to be a tough battle, but they're definitely going to be at the top of that race. Michigan State be a pretty good Indiana State team at home. I think Michigan State's fully back. They've won 4 in a row. They're 8-5. Tyson Walker, 22 in this one. I think Michigan State's going to be back. I know this was a home game against an Indiana State team, but that's a good tournament level team, and Michigan State won pretty easily there. So Tom Izzo, I think, is getting this team back on track there, and Jeremy Fears, prayers up to him after getting shot. Hopefully he can make it back for this year, but we'll see. Alabama trounced Liberty. I think Alabama's a good team. They just weren't winning games, and if they can find more wins in SEC play, I think they'll be fine as a tournament team, but the best they're probably going to be is like a 6 seed this year. Just with that non-conference resume, they just lost too many games. They played well and were losing. And yes, you want to play well, but you got to end up winning games. For resume wise, yeah, UCLA lost to Oregon. Oregon's a good team. I think Oregon's a tournament level team. The Pac-12 is weak this year, and they can definitely compete at the top of that. They have really good freshmen over there in Eugene. Kansas got another big win over Wichita State there. Hunter Dickinson double. Casual Kansas things. I got Kansas ranked, I believe, second. Yep, Kansas is ranked second. Can't wait for Big 12 play because Big 12 play is a different beast. Man, there's so many good teams in the Big 12 there. BYU got another big win over Wyoming. BYU's really, really good this year. The most bipolar team in college basketball, the FAU Owls, lost a game against Florida Gulf Coast. Florida Gulf Coast going into this game was 5-9. They end up losing to them. Weird. This team is coming off a big win against Arizona, one of probably the best game of the year, and then you lose a game to Florida Gulf Coast on the road. They've lost to Bryant, and now they lost to Bryant, Illinois, and Florida Gulf Coast. So 2 really weird losses for FAU. I moved them down to 14th. Because they're just inconsistent. I think at their best, they can be a top 10, 8 team in the country, but they've shown their inconsistencies, and you can't be taking weird losses like this going into the American Conference if they want to win it, because now I got them below Memphis, who's looked consistent this year, which FAU hasn't. Yeah, speaking of Memphis, they didn't get a great win, but they got a win over Austin P. I think Memphis is really good. They play their competition, though, which is a little scary. Which FAU also kind of does. Ohio State, I think, is a very good team. We saw Robert Gailey drop 32 against West Virginia. Now West Virginia is the worst team in the Big 12. man, they just lost a lot once Bob Huggins left there. And yeah, we saw Bronny James actually have a really good game. What do you have? 17 against Oregon State. But God, is USC bad. Bronny James, 15 points off the bench in only 20 minutes. So he actually did have a good game. But wow, Isaiah Collier is just maybe not that good. 5 shot attempts, 7 points. It's honestly, this is one of the most surprising teams. This is the USC team. Obviously, everyone had him preseason ranked. That was a little lower on them. I had them like 19th. But still, they're 6-7, and they're not going to be a tournament team this year. That's just a wild development because this team is so much talent. A team that made the tournament last year and presumably only got better, and now they're not a tournament team and under 500 and just lost to an Oregon State team in the Pac-12. It's weird. I don't know what's going on over there in Southern Cal, but Bronny James looked good, so shout out to Bronny. Colorado, another big win. I got Colorado ranked 19th in the nation there. I think they're potentially the best team in the Pac-12. Them or Arizona, but we're gonna get to Arizona in literally a minute, maybe not even. Probably let's just get to Arizona now. So it was like 10 seconds. Arizona loses a road game to a 5-6 at the time Stanford there. And it wasn't close. They were down 9.5, end up losing by 18 and allowing 100 points in regulation to Stanford. Arizona's on a little rough patch now. They've lost 2 out of their last 3 games. And their defense in this one was just super bad. They allowed Carlisle, the freshman for Stanford, 28 points in this one. These both in Stojakovic, Andre Stojakovic, Peja's son, both of them come off the bench. Andreas has 16 points, 21 for Jones. I feel like I recognize Spencer Jones. Was he there last year? I do not remember. But Spencer Jones, he's a senior. I think he was there last year. Had 21 this one, 5 for 6 from 3. It looked like they shot the ball really well. I mean, Carlisle, 6 for 8 from 3. But yeah, we see Caleb Love struggle in this one. Had 23, but struggled. Kylan Boswell really struggled, 1 for 7 from 3. So they didn't shoot the ball well, but you're giving up 100 points on the defensive end. You cannot do that if you're Arizona. And they're going to hopefully they don't have defensive problems, but I feel like this happened last year with Arizona. They were really good in non-con, and they kind of struggled at the beginning of Pac-12 play like last year. I moved Arizona down to 15th in the nation. Yeah, that might be egregious, but again, they're good. They have a home win against Michigan State and a road win against Duke. And I have Arizona above Duke. I have Arizona below Duke, which maybe is dumb now looking at it. Maybe I should have Duke lower. No, I'm making that change right now. I'm having Duke below Arizona. Because I feel like that's not responsible of me right there. I'm having Duke at 15, which is what they were coming in this week. I don't have Duke move at all because I think Duke's very good. Shout out to Jared. He's playing so good right now. But I gotta keep him at the same spot because I gotta have Arizona above Duke. There was a live change on my top 25. FAU's 13, Arizona's 14, Duke is 15. But look, they have a good road win against Duke, but they've struggled of recent, losing that game to FAU. They beat Cal earlier in the week, then they go and lose a road game to Stanford. So Arizona's got to find something out there, and their defensive struggles right now looks like it's going to impact this team. You cannot be giving 100 points to a team that's not making the tournament there. But shout out to Stanford, good win for them. Today, nothing. Texas plays. That's the only ranked team. They play UT Arlington, so it should be a free win. Look at Tuesday. Does Tuesday have anything? UConn, DePaul, no. FAU goes plays ECU. This should be a win. Creighton goes on the road against Georgetown. Creighton won't be ranked though by the time that game is being played. UNC goes at Pitt, and I'm just saying highlight this game because UNC struggles at Pitt every year. I don't know. They've lost the last 3 or 4 games at Pitt. And yeah, I have UNC ranked 11. They'll probably be in the top 10 of the polls because they're ranked 9th and didn't lose this week. That would be an interesting one, no doubt about it. Purdue is on the road against Maryland. That was a good game at the beginning of the year. Not so much anymore. Big one here at 9, Syracuse Duke. I do think this game is going to be close. I think Syracuse is one of the most underrated teams in the country. I'm calling it right now, but Duke's playing way better. We've seen the emergence of Jared McCain without Tyrese Proctor. If Proctor can come back in this one, it'd be huge. Jeremy Roach, of course, and then Kyle Filipowski, one of the best players in the country. But I love this Syracuse team. And I think this is the best one they've had in a while. I think they can go in and play Duke close and maybe pull off an upset, and I would sound like a genius. Other games is Northwestern at Illinois. Of course, Terrence Shannon not going to be playing in this one. He has been accused of rape, which sucks. He's a first-team All-American player this year, and we don't know when he'll be back or if he will be back at all. I mean, I didn't move Illinois in my rankings. I have Illinois ranked 7th right now. They're that good of a team, but they've now lost their best player, so that's going to have a big effect on this team. And at the end of the day, this is my team that I think can compete with Purdue best in the Big Ten. And if you're missing Terrence Shannon, it's just not the case. So it really sucks for Illinois. And they got a tough game against Northwestern, who beat Purdue already once this year. They're a good team. And then New Mexico at Colorado State. It's a tough test for the Rams. I got Colorado State in my top 10 at number 9. One loss on the year. They're a good team, but New Mexico is not an easy opponent there. New Mexico is a good team. They're a good team. Who is their coach? Who is New Mexico's coach? Because there's someone like well known. It's Bettino's son. Okay. So yeah, that's the podcast. I'll give you an update on the top 25. So let's go 25-1. 25 Texas, 24 San Diego State, 23 BYU, 22 Baylor, 21 Ole Miss, undefeated still, 20 Miami, 19 Colorado, 18 Providence, 17 Oklahoma, only one loss, 16 undefeated JMU, 15 Duke, 14 Arizona, it's a new low for Arizona, 13 FAU, 12 Clemson, 11 UNC, 10 Memphis, 9 Colorado State, 8 Marquette, 7 Illinois, 6 Tennessee, 5 UConn, 4 Kentucky, 3 Houston, 2 Kansas, and number 1 is the Boilermakers at Purdue. All right, so thanks for watching the CBB Talk. It's good to be back, and more consistent episodes coming this year. And we'll see you on Wednesday. All right. Peace.